Let's run this very special story by you as well. As the focus of education shifts from textbook learning to practical application of concepts, schools are adopting ways of shaping their students to become globally functional citizens. In Ghana, one man is helping in his own small way through a debating society, training students to be more critical in their approach to the art of debating. My colleague Komla Adom went to meet him.
It's the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Eric Asamoah, founder of a debating society which prioritizes critical thinking, is taking his students through a few lessons virtually.
How important we need to use things like numbers to be able to carry our audience with us. We talked about how you must always first introduce the ideas you want to discuss in your speech.
Eric, who returned from South Africa where he witnessed firsthand the art of debating, is on the move to coach as many students as possible to take on the challenge.
It was a bit different from what I was used to. It was very complicated. Here they were not talking about whether something is good or bad, but then they were debating as if they were parliamentarians in proposing laws, finding solutions to problems, and engage in it. So I fell in love with that. I came to Ghana. One thing I noticed is that our high school level, there was just too much focus on grades. There were like people joined the debate society, right? But they learned to speak good English and be more confident. That one I give them. But usually the real part of critical thinking is lost.
He wants to help build a future of people who are able to think, innovate, and come up with ideas to solve the country's problems. He has since his return coached teams from the University of Ghana, KNUST, and other senior high schools who have gone on to achieve great laurels.
In South Africa, I met the first ever Ghanaian teams to represent their universities at the Pan-African University Debate Championship. That was the very first time any Ghanaian university had taken part. They're from University of Ghana and then KNUST, somewhere in 2012. So I got talking with them and they told me about the state of debating here and all that. So when I came here, those are the people that I started working with in helping to go to the high schools and things like that. But my organization is more focused on the high schools, like at the young level, in order so that we can make critical thinking, expression, right, a culture in our society.
Beyond helping Ghana make its first appearance at the World Debating Championship in 2020 through some of his students, Eric and his Speech Forces team are looking to normalize the art of debating, which goes beyond speaking good English.
Given that problems are always enormous and states have a very difficult way of balancing it, any alternative system where someone comes to aid the state, we think that is very, very good.
Karim, Duke Opoku-Mensah, Caleb Kuda, they are all a function of that university debates that I met the KNUST and UG guys from the Pan-African University Championship. At the core of what we want to do is to be able to have a future generation of leaders that prioritize thinking, right? Thinking, because when we think, we can solve problems. When we think, we avoid conflicts. When we think, we are able to innovate.
He envisages a future for the Ghana national debate team he has formed to change the narrative and break barriers, even though the cooperation from some schools has been underwhelming.
When we were struggling getting in school, but PESEC was the school that at least welcomed us. Started with them, we were training their kids. The university debate circuit, not just in Africa, even in the world, is dominated by most of the PESECans that came from there, right? Some of them have won the Pan-African University Championship. They've gone to represent their schools at the world universities as well and all that. So they are doing quite well for themselves. Other schools like Achimota has also been supportive a bit. But I would say the level of support hasn't been as I had expected when I was starting.
Eric Asamoah and his team of young minds are helping raise a generation of thinkers. A group of students at a time, they are contributing their quota in an unconventional way. Komla Adom, TV3 News, Accra.